first version of the Hermes Standard launches today at Productronica. When you look through the halls, you will see many vendors with the distinctive logo. The machines are already using the Hermes Standard. And since the meeting in Munich, many more companies have since joined, and more are in the process. Here to tell us more about the protocol and how it works are the two original architects of this initiative. We have Thomas Bleem from ASM, Assembly Systems, and we have Florian Ritter from ASIS GmbH. Can I welcome you to the stage, please? So, you could take a microphone each. So, both the gentlemen are going to proceed to give a short presentation on how the Hermes standards work. Do you want to take a microphone each, or are you working off of the thing?
This one should work, right?
Good. Thank you.
So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We have just a few slides to show you what's Hermes all about. As you know, the world is changing at the moment. It has changed and it will change. So, our world becomes digital. Interfaces, software. And as you see here, there's a lot of changes on the hardware side, like in the past, plugging two connections together manually, to now instant global connections. And also from these wires, two wires, to multi-channel glass fiber cables. And also from SMEMA, from IPC SMEMA, to now the Hermes Standard. This is what is SMEMA all about. It's just for the board handling, to bring one PCB from machine 1 to machine B. But there's no data connection. You cannot transmit data with SMEMA right now. And this is the old complex way to keep the data in all of the machines. And of course, you need several points to scan the barcode of the PCB. With Hermes, we have a standard through the whole line. So we connect each machine through the Hermes standard and transmit the data with the board directly in the handover. So the product drives the change. It's a generic communication backbone in the SMT electronic industry. And it's a product-centric approach. So we focus on the product with the data of the product. And we establish a complete board tracking along the complete line through different vendors. And of course, it's an open protocol, so everyone can use it, everyone can implement it. And it's a standard interface on Ethernet.
So what you have heard so far is that we want to transform our industry to a joint digital future. But can this work? Even if Hermes may be a good idea to replace SMEMA, is this a good idea if one company is doing this? No. We need all of you here in this room to join this initiative, because digitalization also needs cooperation. This means interaction between human beings, between companies, and this is why this is much more than just the two of us. It's a big community already. The names you have seen before is already outdated. Sorry to say so, Trevor. So if your list is 2 weeks old, it's already an old list. And I will show you what happened in the past days. And also yesterday we had a big initiative meeting where we welcomed 13 additional members. So right now we are a community of 28, 29 already. This is how the industry or the different vendors worked together in the past. Every vendor is a car, different companies, different colors. Everybody wanted to go as fast as possible, not leave to the competition any possibility to overtake, always aggressive and try to maximize. But what happens if you do so? You stick to your old motivations, to your old standards somehow, because you cannot manage to drive the industry, and you end up in a big, big traffic jam. And this is where we are right now. When it comes to data transmission along the line, then we are in such a picture right now. And this cannot be our future. We have to change the world. The world on a line level should look like this. Equipment is harmonized, same language we talk. Equipment can cooperate with each other. In this picture, you would say each car is going with 1 meter distance, 300 kilometers on an autobahn as fast as possible. This is what you want to achieve. Then you maximize the outcome of this autobahn. And this is the goal of Hermes, spoken in pictures. So what are the guidelines? The Hermes Standard itself, as Florian explained, is a new communication standard. But the Hermes Standard initiative is something more. It's an open vendor collaboration which happens here, which is hosting and trying to support the Hermes Standard to grow over the time. The Hermes Standard shall grow fast and must grow freely. This means not one vendor, ASM, ASIS, should drive the changes. No, all members are equally important to bring in their ideas and to develop the standard to a next level, next and next level. This is what we as an industry need to do. It's a joint project, as I just mentioned. Everybody needs to be involved, needs to be equal, motivated to drive it. And as we have done yesterday in our initiative meeting with nearly 70 people in the room, we voted for 20-25 different things. Sometimes we had 6 different opinions, but after the voting we had one opinion. We know what we do and we go ahead. And this is fair decision making, small company, big company, 1 vote each. And then you go ahead. And if your motivations come from a customer's perspective and you want to optimize what the customer gets, then we are very close in what we want to achieve. If a customer would be in the room, it may be different. Then you're already somewhere in a competition again. And this is what would be dangerous and harmful for such an initiative. Active participation, as I just mentioned before, is open to all equipment vendors. So if some of your customers, some of your clients, some of your partners are not listed now on this, what you see in the next slide, let me know, visit the homepage, and then you can register, you can join. This is what you can do, and then you bring up the standard and also the industry to a higher level. The new list, Trevor, looks as this. I will hand it over to you later for the next presentations. It's now 28 leading suppliers. 1 could not join because of a personal thing. But what you see here is a long list also of companies which are in direct competition, which did not show up in the meetings. Because, as I said, as a customer-centric approach, this can work. And then we can go in the same direction together. More companies are in the decision-making process or already implementing the standard without joining the meeting. But this is also fine. The standard is published, is available in the internet, the test drive is available. Just visit the homepage, download, and go ahead. And more equipment vendors are invited. If you know one, everybody's invited. We are open, we are global. Next meeting will take place NEPCON Shanghai. So this means it's not Munich centered, it's all around the world what we do. Hermes Standard. As you mentioned before, first version, we agreed on a spec already in March, back in March with 16 companies. Very good starting point. Yesterday, we did already successful multi-vendor tests. This means that it's already alive. It's not just a spec somebody can buy or download. No, you can see it in real production already. Yesterday, we concluded with the version 1.0 first revision, already amendments yesterday, next level, and this is what will happen now every few months. We will bring new and new features in, enrich the content, and we want to be fast. Already 28 members now, and community is growing. And products are available. You can see on many booths already the Hermes sticker. Everybody is proud to be part of this, and field tests will start soon. And I foresee we wanted to meet in May. Now the meeting will be in April. So already my slide here is outdated because I handed it over yesterday before the meeting. So NEPCON Shanghai, next meeting, I foresee we will be more than 50. This means that we are already somewhere 80%, 70% coverage of the complete players here in the market. And this is how I would like to conclude. Let's say goodbye to the old complex world where you have to invest much, which is expensive. You can do a lot of things, but who can really take care of this? Who can support this in a long way? Let's say welcome to the Hermes Standard, which is much simpler. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Thomas. Well, you're always keeping secrets from me. 28 companies already, so that's very good. Would you like to join me now when we ask a couple more questions about what's happening? So tell me a little bit, how does the Hermes Standard integrate with other software systems out there? I mean, there are other systems from CFX, OML, and various others. How does it integrate with them?
The Hermes Standard is just machine-to-machine communication. So we pass the information from one machine with the board to the other machine. So this doesn't affect some kind of communication upwards to any MES system, to CFX, whatever.
Right. So,
Yeah.
so they can be built on top of it?
Yes,
basically.
yes.
So we have a clearly defined scope. This means we focus on the line. It's a product-centric approach. The product along the line can drive the change. But larger data packages like big pictures from an AOI machine and an end would then come across with something like maybe CFX or something else.
Yeah, okay.
So with a clear scope, well-defined interfaces, and within this scope we can grow very fast and autonomous.
Okay, good, good. So we're already, you mentioned in your presentation, you're at version 1.01 already. How do you plan to develop it in the future? What is the future development path for this software?
Development path, yeah. We have an agile development process. We have a web forum. All the members can visit this web forum, can bring in their ideas. A lot of their developers already subscribed, bring in ideas. Let's say company ERSA made some good comments there already, or Nutec or others. Others will see this, start commenting, then we discuss what is the best technical solution for what you want to achieve. Then we prepare it to a certain point. We have a moderator. At some point the discussion gets stopped because discussion is done. It's clear what should be achieved. And then we go for official voting. Yes, we go that way, or no, we do not implement. Because it's a minor feature which cannot be supported by all. And this, I think, it's agile, it's flexible, state of the art.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Good.
And we also have a chair of the group of the companies. So the chair will organize the meetings and do the votes and so on.
And so this will rotate every so often, the chairmanship.
Yep.
So it is independent. Okay. So I believe that one of the unique features of the membership of the Hermes Standard is that you demand every partner takes part actively.
Yep.
It's not something that you can just join and be a silent member of and do nothing.
Right.
Can you explain how that works, maybe?
Yeah, basically you can be a silent member. Member not, but you can be silent. You download it, you implement, you have it in your machine. This means that you're a passive member. You just implement what others decided. If you want to become an active member, as you just said, you have to participate in the meetings. You can actively vote and shape the future. If you're not present, you cannot vote.
Right.
This is also something we discussed yesterday in the meeting. Can we do something like this via Skype? But I have no idea how you can do something like this with 30 companies via Skype for a whole day.
It's going to be challenging.
Everybody is still online and not in another meeting.
Yeah.
So I think this is how we're in a digital world, but we are still humans. This we should not overlook, and I think it's a good method.
I think Skype only takes 4 members before it starts to have
Yeah.
problems, so you need a different system.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Okay, who is going to maintain the software and update it? I mean, who takes responsibility for this?
First, the responsibility is each member of the group for their own machines. So they will maintain the software in their own machines. With the group, we do the specification. We work on the specification. And then we have revisions of the specification. We have new versions. And then all group members are invited to implement the software.
So this means there is work which the initiative drives. This is the spec itself. Also a test driver is now available, donated by one of the members. But on the other hand, the members are all implementing it in their machines. Maybe then there will be at some point software pieces, bits and pieces which you can use, reuse, donate also software. This may happen.
But I mean, you two were the original architects, so I mean, presumably if there's any updates to the system, which has been agreed by the members, then you will add it to the system. Yeah?
Of course.
Of course.
If we as a community agree that we do amendments, as we have done
Yeah.
yesterday,
Yep.
I think it's in our interest to implement it, yes, definitely. But if one company says, no, I want to stop here, this is what I need for my equipment, then it's okay. They can do so. In the end, your end customer will tell you if he accepts your behavior.
Yeah.
If he says, no, they have the feature, you don't have it, why? What is your answer? So, but customers should drive us
Okay.
to do so.
Okay. How is the system? Are there any security issues associated with the software?
We use standard interfaces, standard connections. The lines are always connected, so it's the same issue like you have right now with the normal connection, normal Ethernet connection.
Yeah, but a lot of companies are very concerned about security.
Yes, we understand. This problem already exists. This is what Florian wanted to say.
Yeah.
Our machines are already connected via other methods via LAN to higher level systems, or some of the machines. So these vendors already have systems in place, virus scanners and so on, USB sticks not possible, in order to protect their machines.
Okay.
And so this is no new problem. This is existing, which is
Okay. Okay.
solved already.
Good. If I can just come back once to one of the previous questions about the development, are you planning to take it beyond just being the machine-to-machine communication and controlling the line speed? Are you looking to go beyond that with other features, or where do you think this will go?
Of course, there will be, at some points, there will be new features and new type of data we transmit. And it's the thing of all companies to build upon their software functions to use this data in their machines. Yep.
But I think this is up to the members.
Yep.
The members bring in ideas. We have a scope what we want to achieve. I think this scope is understood by all of them. But if all agree, no, we want to have this and that function, then we will go for it.
Yeah.
But I think it's also important to have a clear scope of such a standard. If we say, no, we do this and some of this, then we create a big confusion, and then it's not clear what everything stands for.
Yeah.
So we should keep that in mind.
Okay, good. Okay, well, I think, gentlemen, you've done a great job. I think one of the things is that the speed of bringing this to the market. The industry has been needing something quickly, a solution, and it's remarkable how fast this Hermes Standard has appeared and actually become practice. So thank you very much, and congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Trevor.
Okay, at this point, I want to bring up onto the stage the marketing director for the Hermes Standard, Stefan Forst, who's going to invite the members to come and do a ribbon joining ceremony. Welcome, Stefan.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you for the presentation. And thank you very much for my remote control. Remote control. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. It's now my pleasure to welcome you to the Hermes Standard officially. And in fact, when we thought about what is it all about, we said, yeah, actually, it is about welcoming you, everybody, to a new era of communication from machine to machine, an era of new possibilities in electronics manufacturing. And so we said, well, this really deserves a decent opening ceremony. Then we thought about what could be the right way of celebrating this thing. And then, yeah, the first was the idea of coming up with a ribbon cutting ceremony. You know, everybody knows this when official buildings are inaugurated or whatever, then they put up a ribbon, and there are lots of important people standing with expensive suits and big scissors, and then they're cutting the ribbon, and everybody walks through this new open gate. Yeah, good idea, but cutting a ribbon is actually quite the opposite of what we want to do. The Hermes Standard would be more for joining ribbon. It would be the new standard for seamless communication along the line, so we can't cut a ribbon. So we came up with the idea, what if we want to show to you that all the machines that are equipped with the Hermes Standard would connect all by themselves. And how are we going to show this? Well, we do just the opposite of a ribbon cutting ceremony. We'll do a ribbon joining ceremony. And for that, it's now my pleasure to invite all my fellow Hermes Standard partners along here, bringing their logos. And this, while they all align, it's a short possibility for me to actually explain the logo, because there is a reason behind. You know, there's a black box and a white box, and they're connected through this green triangle, and everybody knows a triangle. When you see it on the screen somewhere, you automatically click on it, and then you see a video or something is moving. It's communication. And the Hermes Standard is all about connecting machines, connecting different vendors. So and this is now the keyword, what we trained so hard. Actually, half of the meeting yesterday was done for rehearsal. No, seriously, it is supposed to be as easy as the Hermes Standard would connect. So now the keyword is, gentlemen, connect yourself. Connecting. Yes. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hermes Standard is live now officially, and you are very welcome to see all our partner companies at their booth here at Productronica. Well, they show already what is already possible, and where they will show you or will talk to you about what they plan next, and all about the things how we do see seamless communication in the future. Thank you very much.